Mindforked explores the Wood Wide Web, the secret network.
They call it tree hugging, a phrase once tossed around as a joke. But the roots of this phrase are far older and far deeper than most realize. In 1730, in the desert villages of Rajasthan, India, a woman named Amrita Devi refused to let the king's men cut down her sacred trees. She wrapped her arms around one and whispered, "If a tree is saved, even at the cost of one's head, it's worth it." That day, she and more than 350 Bishnoi villagers were killed protecting the forest. Centuries later, in the 1970s, Indian women of the Chipko movement revived the same act, embracing trees to stop industrial loggers from taking them. The world called them tree huggers, but to them, it was an act of communion. Across cultures, humans saw trees as bridges between worlds. The Celtic Druids worshipped oaks, believing they held the heartbeat of the earth. In Japan's Shinto tradition, certain trees are tied with sacred ropes called shimonawa, homes of the kami, the living spirits of nature. In Norse myth, the cosmic tree Yggdrasil connected the heavens, earth, and underworld. And beneath a Bodhi tree, a man named Siddhartha Gautama became the Buddha, awakening to the truth that all life is interconnected. These were not coincidences. Every ancient culture felt what modern people have forgotten. Trees don't just live near us, they live through us. Science has begun to uncover what mystics always sensed. Inside every tree, tiny electric signals pulse through its tissues. Messages traveling between roots and leaves like a slow nervous system. When a tree is cut, it emits an electric distress signal. When drought strikes, roots send ultrasonic clicks, an SOS in sound we can't hear. And below ground, through a web of fungal filaments, trees share water, nutrients, and information. A living network scientists now call the Wood Wide Web. In this subterranean internet, mother trees feed their saplings, warn neighbors of danger, and even send chemical messages to distant allies. Every forest hums with communication. Now imagine stepping into that network, barefoot, calm, hands on bark. You're an antenna made of water and light. Your body has its own electromagnetic field, and when you touch a tree, two systems meet. Science calls it grounding. Spirit calls it resonance. In Japan, this connection became medicine. They call it Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, not washing with water, but with presence. Studies show that spending time among trees lowers cortisol, slows the heart rate, and boosts the immune function. Trees release invisible compounds called phytoncides, aromatic oils that reduce stress and increase natural killer cells in the blood. The air itself becomes a healer. Our brains quiet, our immune systems awaken, and the body remembers what balance feels like. You can measure it. Blood pressure drops, heart coherence increases, but the experience is more than data. It's a reunion. When humans hug a tree, our brains release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It soothes anxiety, lowers fear, and restores a sense of belonging. We are wired to connect through touch, and in a world of glass screens and metal boxes, a tree is alive and listening and relaying the information to the real network. So when you hug a tree and feel calmer, it may not be mystical energy at all. It may be your nervous system finally syncing to the rhythm of something stable, ancient, and rooted. But perhaps it's both. The tree's electric hum, your heartbeat, the Schumann resonance that pulses through the Earth's ionosphere, all vibrating on frequencies that overlap. When mystics say the tree gives you its energy, and scientists say you're grounding your charge, maybe they're describing the same phenomenon in two different languages. Biology and belief are not enemies. They are reflections, like two leaves on the same branch. So when you hug a tree, you're not being sentimental. You're remembering. Remembering the pulse of the planet that runs through you. Remembering that you are part of the oldest network on Earth. So go outside, find one tree, touch it, not to take energy, but to listen. Because somewhere beneath your fingertips, the Earth is still speaking. And she is waiting for you to answer.
Hello, this is Earth here. Who this?
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Tell me, did you hug a tree? How did you feel?